Hello, in this video, Gabriel, the director of product at Commons Clinic, will show you how they use Awell to automatically create a series of task activities when that patient receives a specific flag in DrChrono. This makes manual creating task activities a thing of the past and will help you save time so your care team can focus on more high-value tasks. Let's dive into the demo.
Hey, Awell team. I'm here to show you the workflow that we built using Awell that we just released to production. So when we receive a referral from one of our convener partners, what we do is we go in and we add that patient to DrChrono or EHR. So right now you're looking at a patient that's been added to DrChrono. This is a test patient, of course. And then once we've entered in their demographic information and any other information that we need upon registering them initially, we go into the flag section in DrChrono and we add this convener patient flag here, and then we click save. And the patient having this convener flag is the thing that will then trigger the workflow powered by Awell. So hit save. And then what happens right after that is a series of tasks gets generated for our care manager. So she would know that she needs to request digital or CD images for this particular patient, that she needs to upload all of the documents that were sent from the convener to this patient's chart in DrChrono. She needs to communicate that we've accepted the referral back to the convener. And then ultimately she needs to schedule a virtual consult with one of our physicians. In this case, Dr. Sala is doing all of the virtual consults with the initial consults with patients that are referred in from conveners. And so she would complete these tasks and then mark them as completed within DrChrono. And then the last thing that happened when we added that convener tag is the patient would have received an email from Commons welcoming them to Commons Clinic and explaining what they can expect over the course of their treatment with us. We're very excited about this first flow and look forward to building a lot more with you all in the future.
Hello, so now the question is, how did Gabriel build this using Awell? So the first thing that I want to show you is how you can use an external system, for example an EHR, which in this case is DrChrono, to push basal information, in this case a flag, to start a care flow. So Gabriel uses the add flag as a trigger for starting a flow in Awell via a listener, but you can obviously also use other triggers such as an appointment is booked, a lab result is received, or a patient risk assessment is filled in. Additionally, he also passes baseline information, which means pushing data available in DrChrono into Awell at the start of the flow. This baseline information could be the patient code, clinician name, appointment date, and much more. In Gabriel's case, the baseline data points come from DrChrono and he uses the person that needs to take care of the tasks, the due date, the informed consent, and then also the convener reference point, which essentially means that the patient is referred to Commons Clinic. The next thing that I want to show you is how we're using if this then that branching logic to generate the right set of activities based on the flag. So what you see here is the studio, which is like a canvas like for example Figma or Miro, where you can design care flows in a no-code manner. First, I'm going to show you the triaging logic. So in this case, the convener reference is true. We will move to the next step. If not, then we will end the pathway. And when we go to that next step, we will create a task activities in DrChrono. For this, we use the API call action where we will do a post request to DrChrono API, which in the body will include the task description and all the other information we capture at the baseline. Besides this REST API call action, which is quite technical already, we also support actions like messages, which can be in-app messages or text messages, forms like for example PHQ9, Get7, EQ5D, calculations of for example these validated questionnaires, checklist items, and clinical notes. I advise you to have a look at our documentations, which we will be linked in the description below to get a better understanding of all the actions you can use in Awell. So the last thing you need to understand is how we're using if this then that branching logic to send an email to the patient if the consent is received, and how we are using SendGrid to handle the email sendings. So in this case, you can see that we have SendGrid actions. And in these actions, you can define your templates, and you can also use dynamic data to have, for example, the first name into his email. So I hope with this you understand how you can easily build, operate, and improve care flows using Awell and integrate them with third-party tools like DrChrono, Healthy, Elacious, Canvas Medical, and many more. Our customers achieve results such as 50% patient capacity increase, reduced consultation time, but also reduction in ER admissions. Make sure to check the description below where we'll list all the necessary resources to get started with Awell and DrChrono. Talk soon.